So why the heck am I looking into hemochromatosis? Great question. I recently had a virus and just like a cold flu. We don't know what it was. But in the process, I was looking at previous medical records, previous blood work that I've done over the years in order to inform the discussion that I was having with one of my physicians, and came across an old lab result showing that I had 55% iron saturation. Now, this was back in 2020. I was very symptomatic back then, was having a lot of neurological things. Actually, it had the 2 blood clots about 2 months prior, and we still don't know why. And I had seen an endocrinologist, and that's when I had this iron lab work done. And so I had looked into it, just doing like preliminary research, because sometimes those things don't matter. Like, you can have just off results, and actually high iron saturation can be like caused by other things other than hemochromatosis. But in the process of doing that research, I learned about hemochromatosis, decided to use the Promethease tool to see if I had any of the known genetic variants. And as it had turned out, there was recently a, what do you call that? They had like updated the literature informing the Promethease reports. So along with that, there are newly identified gene mutations or variants that are now associated with hemochromatosis. For those who don't know, hemochromatosis is when your body holds on to more iron. I'm putting that in very layman's terms because I'm not an expert in this area. That's just how I'm understanding it right now. But it can cause high iron saturation. That can actually be the early stages of hemochromatosis. And it can take a long time for it to be obvious. A lot of people don't get a diagnosis of hemochromatosis until they have like significant organ damage, especially like to the liver, or they have like diabetes or hypothyroidism, that kind of thing. So people often go undiagnosed. It's actually, I believe, the most common genetic mutation in Northern Europe, and my ancestry is literally over 98% Northern European. So that was interesting to me. Hemochromatosis can also increase your risk for blood clots, and because we still don't know what caused my blood clots, that was kind of a flag to me. The symptoms of hemochromatosis can include joint pain, which I've had since I was young, as well as an immediate family member of mine, and I've had it like in the specific joints that they say it's specific to hemochromatosis, like having pain in those first and second knuckles. I guess it's called like iron fist or the iron salute. I definitely do get that. I've had that in the past. I've had joint pain since I was like preteen, teenage years, and for me, I noticed that it went away around the time that I went vegetarian and gluten-free, and so to me, those seem to help. I am no longer either of those things, and I have been having joint pain, and it's been kind of unclear whether that was connected with the virus that I recently had, or whether it's just old symptoms reappearing. I don't know. But those were all like little flags that I had go off while reading about hemochromatosis. It can also cause brain fog and fatigue, arrhythmias. I have all of those, and if it's not treated, it can go on to cause significant conditions, as mentioned, the hypothyroidism, dilated cardiomyopathy, arrhythmias, liver issues, diabetes, dementia. We have a significant amount of those in my family, with the exception of, there was one that I mentioned that's not in our family. I don't know that we've had liver issues. Interestingly, the skin conditions that I've seen online related to liver issues do look like the skin conditions of like family members that are that have passed away. So I don't know if maybe they did have liver issues and just didn't know it because medicine has advanced as it has. But anyways, so all that's been really interesting. My Prometheus report showed that I have variants located on newly associated genes that are newly associated with hemochromatosis. Trying to get that out right. The HAMP gene, the HJV, and the TFR2. I have variants on all of those. Granted, they are variants of unknown repute in Prometheus, which means that we don't have enough information. But the fact that I have the symptoms, our ancestry, our family medical conditions, my symptoms, the things that we don't have answers to, kind of like raises questions for me about maybe this could be it. And the really like hopeful part to me is that hemochromatosis is very treatable. Like, it's just like therapeutic phlebotomies or iron chelators. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Chelators, chelators, I don't know. But it's a medication that helps your body, I guess, not absorb so much iron. But hey, if like that kind of thing, if either of those treatments could help prevent dementia and arthritis and hypothyroidism and all that kind of stuff, like prevent organ damage, heart issues, to me that's well worth it to look into. So I'm going to talk to my doctors about that. I am going to see the doctor that ordered the original iron lab work. I don't think he's an endocrinologist, so I don't think his area of expertise is going to be hemochromatosis. So I did a little research and found another physician in one of the hospital networks that I'm already in. So I'm hoping to be able to meet with him to get his thoughts. It sounds like from what I've seen online, that he's pretty at the forefront of research and like clinical trials, thankfully. So I'm hoping that he'll be aware of like these like newly associated variants. So fingers crossed there, we'll see. But it's just something I'm looking into. If you're looking into hemochromatosis or you have a story that's related to hemochromatosis, I would be interested in your thoughts. This is very new to me. I joined a Facebook support group just to like see if it was even worth pursuing. It's kind of a lot. I'm kind of exhausted from going to doctors again, just because I've had this like recent virus and I was concerned about blood clots because of previous blood clot history, and it just gets like really exhausting very quickly. But I'm hopeful that like if it is an issue, that it's something I can address and it'll hopefully like knock out some of these issues that I've had, some of the symptoms that I've had. Maybe help with brain fog, maybe help with migraine. I don't know, maybe that's the dream. But also like help prevent hypothyroidism. That would be like huge for our family. So yeah, I'm very intrigued about it, but I'm also trying to like take it all with a grain of salt, because I know a lot of like the symptoms associated with hemochromatosis are like not specific to hemochromatosis. So just taking it with a grain of salt. Hopefully we can reorder like iron saturation and iron lab work in general to see where that stands now. It is interesting to me now because I have been, as I saw that nutrition, I saw the internal medicine doctor for nutrition, and part of her advice was like to eat more like red meat, like lean red meat, but so that I'd be getting my B vitamins that like I have an issue taking supplements with. And so in the process, I have been eating more non-hem or non-heme iron. No, wait, I have that backwards. I've been eating more heme iron foods, more iron bioavailable foods. I'm probably not saying that right, but I think you get my drift. It's not like when I was vegetarian and my body was not getting as much iron. So I think I'm consuming more iron now than I was in the past. So anyways, we'll see, but hopefully like maybe this could be a helpful puzzle piece for family members. I don't know. That's kind of like a big why for me of like why I pursue these kind of things. It's like, yes, it would definitely be helpful for me, but also if it can help future generations in our family, that would be like really amazing. So yeah, but I will keep you guys posted. If you have any comments, thoughts, questions, feel free to leave those below. As always, thanks for dropping by, and I'll talk to you guys soon.